Greetings, it is I, Cantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! It's time to continue our discussion on Werewolf the Apocalypse in the World of Darkness. We've been talking about werewolf society and basic information about werewolves that's important to know about when you're going to be playing one. Let's talk about moots today. Moots are the important gatherings of werewolf kind, of garou, that are both social get-togethers, religious get-togethers, and political get-togethers. So at all the same time, you will have the sort of nature of the moot going on. It's also considered an important part where garou will reassure any kind of relationships they have with each other of their vow to protect the species and to serve Gaia. Now, garou that would refuse to go to a moot is often looked at times with suspicion. Now, in a moot, there are many events that go on. Oftentimes, it's going to involve summoning spirits. Usually, it's going to take place on a full moon, not always, and it's going to take place at a cairn. So that's important. So you're summoning spirits at a cairn, you're doing a lot of different events, different things related to the various activities, including things like creating moon bridges between the various cairns to make it easier and quicker to travel between them. Now, there are a few different types of moots. First off is a sept moot. This involves all the members of the sept that's there. Now, it is technically open to any werewolf, any garou, but those that are not a member of the sept that should attend are usually looked on with suspicion. This is more a private sept event, though, you know, if you really want to join, you can. It's just that suspicion there. Now, a grand moot, on the other hand, it's a get-together of an entire tribe. So when a tribe needs to assemble from wherever, they will send out this message of a grand moot, and you're supposed to be attending it if you're a member of that tribe. Now, matters here are usually involving the entire tribe, and that's why they're getting everyone together. Now, above that is the conclation, which is a massive get-together of every garou. Every garou is invited to attend this one. And the things they discuss here are of weighted matter that involves the entire species, or Gaia itself, that they would discuss here. These are very rare and far and few between. Now, it requires 5 different elders from 5 different tribes to call upon this event to occur. And usually it is suggested and basically brought about during another moot. So at this initial moot, these 5 elders will get together and elect to have this conclation of all the tribes. And that is the point in time it will take place exactly 3 months later. During this time, word is spread that they send messengers out to the various cairns and locations that they spread set either across a region or even the entire world to spread message that this massive get-together of garou is occurring. Now, it does list in the book specific ways that each tribe conducts a moot. This is important to know about because each tribe has their own traditions when it's involving the moot directly controlled by them. Granted, if you're something like a sept, which might have more than one tribe associated with it, or something like coalition, then it's going to be different. But something like Grand Gathering will definitely be in the spirit of whatever tribe you're a member of. So you can look it up in the book if you want to see how your tribe would act normally during a moot. Now, most moots end up with an event called a revel. Now, this event here is when all the werewolves that were participating in it, all the garou, transform into their Krynos forms and go about a basic loop. They go on these kind of runs, these like exercises. Now, unfortunately, this point in time is known for a few things. First off, it's known that there are some elder garou which pass away during this time. They try to keep up with the younger ones, and unfortunately, some of them just die while doing it. The other thing is, this will go until dawn, or until they all participating members collapse of exhaustion. Now, unfortunately, those that collapse of exhaustion, they oftentimes risk frenzying, so this is also known to be a very dangerous event, too, because there's frenzying oftentimes associated with it. So, Krynos form, frenzying, yeah, it's an interesting event that sort of curtails the end of a moot. Now, let's talk about garou cosmology. They believe in the Triad, the worm, the weaver, and the wild. So above all of them, of course, is the weaver, the spider mistress of perfect order. Below that, of course, are the wild, the ever-changing maelstrom of chaos, and the worm, the blighted serpent of entropic decay. Originally, these 3 were in balance. Basically, the wild would create just things out of nothingness, just create existence, just sort of spread it out. And the weaver would give this shape to form the realm itself, to form the creatures, the animals. And should there be excess, it was up to the worm to sort of remove that excess and decay it down, to keep things in this balance between the two of creation, control, and decay. There is a couple of legends revolving around this. The first off is that the Weaver went mad, that it attempted to basically web up all of reality in its web, and that the worm opposed it and managed to stop it, but in doing so injured itself. And this injury, this pain, led to the madness that no longer it sought to balance out entropy, but now to destroy everything. Now some garou disagree with this and say that it was the worm that went mild first, and it was the worm's madness that spread to the Weaver. Regardless, the worm is the most dangerous enemy to all of garou kind, because of this nature of wanting to destroy everything. But the Weaver is a threat too, and the minions of the Weaver can be a threat too. The Weaver is also mad in this case, and that this sort of control and webbing, this idea of webbing reality and getting it under its order, means that they are a danger too. Now we continue talking about the cosmology. Below the Triad are the Celestials. These are powerful godlike beings. They are Luna and Helios. Luna, who gave the gift of the connection to the moon, the auspice. Helios, who's given it to other changing breeds. Below them are the Incarna, effectively demigods. These are never really worshipped. Most of the time they are revered. They are like the next step down in the powerful spirits. Below them is the lesser spirits, which come in very different forms. Now, should a lesser spirit be corrupted by the worm, they are referred to as a bane. So that's it for today. I introduced you to, first off, the moot, an important celebration that werewolves have that reaffirms not only their connections to each other, but is an important time for many rituals and political and social events to take place in. Many important things take place at this moot. I explained how the various different types of moots, how the tribes would react to different moots, and how you'd end one. I moved on from there to talk about the cosmology of the werewolf world, of the garou world, of the Triad, and the spirits that exist below them. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about garou when it relates to geography of the world a little bit, and move on to talking about the worm itself, and what you might need to know about that. So if you have any questions, comments, anything you say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Shows your support for the channel, the Empire, the work I do. If you want to show some extra support, you could always check out my Patreon, link in the description below. But regardless, until the next time, I bid you farewell.